Lost his father on Tuesday night, and I'd like to tell you next with a moment of silence. The match official, please join us in the video. Requesting all of you to be outstanding for the moment of silence. One of our own player from JKL. Lost his father Tuesday night, so I'd like to have a moment of silence. Please don't do people, and I'm going to go find somebody.
Okay, because I'm
trust me. When you come around, you have any HDMI, if you want to both video and
what I'm saying. If I am saying something different from what you're showing.
Okay, makes sense. That's what I'm saying. When I put the bundi and the camera and you tell about it, you will be opposed to your 10. You tell about it, check it out. Tell about it. But it's clear. Yes.
And we're in era now for the KIU versus the Oilers game. This is game 4 of their best of 5 series. The Oilers actually lost game 1, but came back and have won 2 games in a row. The last game, for those who were here, as Michael Bwanga drives the ball to the rack. Dennis Balungu with the 3. It's in the money. KIU Titans with a flying start in this game 4. Again, a quick run through as Josh Johnson dribbles the ball up, evades the screen from Landry Dikumana, who is a very big point scorer. Michael Bwanga picks it up, shuffles through. Ball to Joseph Chuma, who is a very good 2-ball shooter, but he can't get it to drop. Pass to Oscar Muge, out of bounds. This is going to be a pressure game for all the players, because for KIU, they need to win it. City Oil can actually have a game to lose. As James Okello throws the turnover, very good defense there from Joseph Chuma. Michael Bwanga brings it up. We'll bring you a few statistics as we go along in the game. Dennis Balungu, also a very good 3-ball shooter by Stephen Omonyi. Josh Johnson brings it up. Jimmy Anabu drives the rack. Good pass, and that's a dime. Landry Dikumana, who nails it. 3 points to 2. The KIU Titans leading by still early days in this basketball game. As we all know, basketball is a game of 4 quarters. And for those who are tuning in right now, and those of you who are tuning in live, welcome to the MTN Arena. And courtesy of this Power Basketball page, Oscar Muge has had a very, very big impact in these playoffs. He's come up with very, very big numbers as that ball rolls out of bounds off his foot. The fans are also in very, very good voice. It's good to see the empty arena full. Jimmy Enabu drives it down the lane. Passes it on to Oxy. James Landry can normally nail the threes if he's given the space. Passes it on to Josh Johnson, who drives. Foul on Sudi, and that's a blocking foul. KU have only conceded one foul in this quarter. Landry to Jimmy. Jimmy with the pick. Landry steps back to three. Ball in and out. No good. Dennis Balungu contains and gets a rebound. Passes it on to Michael Bwanga. Sets it up. Oscar Muge with the post move to Joseph Chuma. Down to Michael Bwanga. The ball rolls off his foot and he steps out of bounds. That's an unnecessary and unforced error for KU there. So we're going to see how well they can be able to manage the transition from the Oilers, because the Oilers are pretty good at that. Jimmy Enabu brings the ball down. Passes it on to Okello James, who passes it on Stephen Omonyi. Dennis Balungu playing some defense. Omonyi with the 1-2 into the paint. Basket good. 4 points to the Oilers and 3 to KU. It's not the offensive display that the KU would want, because they are lagging behind in quite a number of things. The man there, Sudi Ulanga, with the ball, has the most 3-pointers made this season with 47, and that starts from the regular season. As Chuma passes on to Oscar Muge for 2. He falls short. Chuma with the rebound. Oscar Muge picks it up again. Hook. Shot, but it's a shot. Michael Bwanga there is taken to the lane. Stephen Omonyi for 3, normally very deadly at this point, and it's in the money. Oilers find their stride and they're leading 7 points to 3 with 5 minutes 55 seconds played in the first quarter. We are looking at a game here because KU need to win it, or they're going to be at the golf course very early, or they're going for pickup, as Dennis Balungu forces it between two players. I think that was an unnecessary play. You can see the coach down the far side, Manager Rooney, is not very comfortable with what he's seeing. Jimmy knocked down quite a number of points in the last game, and his 2 is normally very good, normally very accurate. Landry Omonyi again for 3, and that won't fall. Michael Bwanga drives on the rock, and that's a foul. They've caught on Josh Johnson, who thought he had the strip, who thought he had a clean strip. But he won't get that to fall. Brian Wathum is the coach for KU, and he'll be telling his shooting guards to create some more space in the room as Michael Bwanga goes for his free throws. He's also not been doing too badly in the league, and it's about time that he won himself a championship. So Bwanga Michael is also going to be waiting and seeing if he can actually pull up something. In the last game, he was stripped in the last play where he was expected to drive to the rack. So Jimmy Enabu stripped him. He misses his first shot. As we wait for shot 2 on the charity line. Even that won't fall. So rebound by Landry Nikumana. So Michael Bwanga already feeling the effects. As James Okello is called for the charge, and that's a personal foul on him. He was actually a big player. He has been a big player for the Oilers in recent times. He also came up very, very strong. So in the last game, James Okello came up with quite amazing statistics for a player his size, because he had 13 that game. Jimmy Enabu had 23. Dennis Balungu fakes, passes it on to Oscar Muge. Shots. Passes it down to Stephen Omonyi Fake. Landry Ndikumana in the paint. He won't miss from there. Defense from Dennis Balungu forces the foul. Landry Ndikumana has been in very imperious form over the last league. He had 12 points in the last game. And he plucked 14 rebounds. So that is a very, very good return. That's a very good return for a player that size. And Michael Bwanga had 22 for KIU in the last game. So in here, it's not going all well for both sets of players as they're struggling on the foul line. Landry misses the first, misses the second as well. Joseph Chuma adjudged to having stepped across the line very early, so he's going to give away quite uncharacteristic of him. Landry will make no mistake on the foul line, and it's 8 points to the Oilers and 3 points to the KIU Titans. Welcome to the Power Basketball Club live YouTube page, and we're streaming here, and we'll hope to be doing this over the last couple of games. Otherwise, welcome and enjoy your evening, as it's going to pan out to be very, very interesting over the next couple of days. And we're back now with 4 minutes 24 seconds to play. Sudi Chuma for 2, and he banks it. That's a very, very good play there by KIU. They finally find a way to penetrate the City Oil defense as a handoff comes on from Landry to Jimmy. He looks for Steve Omonyi, who goes back, 3 ball, and it's in the money. 11 points to 5. Stephen Omonyi came out shooting, and he's doing very, very well in that. So the Oilers will hope that he can keep on the shooting form, because he's been doing that very well in the beginning of this game. As he knocks that ball out of bounds, another steal imminent. Ball goes to Michael Balungu. Michael Bwanga, who shows it off. Oh, very good layup shot there. Jimmy Enabu has been given space to run. He brings the ball down the lane, but he waits for his offensive players to come down. Okello James trying to force the issue. Ball down. Fumble there by Josh. He has to send the ball down to Jimmy. Shake. Hand over to Landry in the money. 13 points to 7. And the Oilers seem to be fighting it easy and finding a way into the KIU defense. Michael Bwanga brings it down. Sudi comes off the peel-off for the handoff as Michael Bwanga. Sudi for 3. The shot is good. Shot is good. He had a very uncharacteristic return on him. He had 1 point over the last game when they lost to the Oilers. So he'll be hoping to put up some good numbers. Again, welcome to the Power YouTube stream. The game is between the KRU Titans, who are putting on white, and the City Oilers, who are putting on blue. And this is game 4 of their best of 5 series. Game 4 of their best of 5 series. If the Oilers win this one, then they're through to the finals. If KRU win it, they force a game 5, which will be played on Sunday at 6 p.m. James Okello on the foul line. Normally has a good return, but he hasn't registered any points on the board. He's good on the free throw, on the fast free throw. Let's wait for the second one. And makes good on the second free throw, making a 5-point game between the KRU Titans and the Oilers. Sudi again, let's fly. Couldn't find the target, it was off the rim. Michael Chuma guides the ball out of bounds, tapped off. It was tapped off Landry. As the first substitution is made, on comes Etienne and of course Oscar Muge. Kamuge still has not registered any points in this game so far. Sudi forces the issue. He's been fouled and he goes to the line. Remember, these are Tusker Light National Basketball League playoffs. These are the semi-finals. This was the finals matchup last season, where the Oilers came up and had a 4-0 win on the road to their 5th straight championship. So no team has been able to touch them. KRU dared win the first game. They've lost the last 2. What can they do on this? What can they do during this game? Sudi made the first one. Couldn't make it. And Michael Bwaga gets the second foul of the evening as they try to reach for the steal. Brian Wathum will not be very happy with that, as on comes Chris Omanye for the quick substitution. And that's like for like player, as Chris Omanye, who should be able to hold up the ball and is also very, very good offensively. He's one of the best finishers in the Uganda basketball game. As Landry takes it back. Landry makes his first free throw and already finding a lot of success. Already has 6 points. Currently a game high. As Okello James also goes to take a breather, on comes Brian Muramba. Agutu forcing the issue. Sudi passes it on. And that's a turnover there from Agutu. Very encouraging pass, the big man. Chuko is normally a good 3-ball shooter. And like I said, right on the money. The Oilers are finding it easy to make their 3-ball count. And that's a good return as there's another turnover. Jimmy Enabu, nobody's going to catch him, I tell you. No one will catch him as that's another layup. It's getting worrying for the KIU because they are now trailing by 10 points. And this is a game that they must win as Chris Omanye drives to the rack and is fouled by Daniel Juko. Many of the basketball players here know him as Naja. So in the basketball circles, he is known as Naja. Big substitutions there. Collins Sentongo. And the number 20 there for KIU, Wilson Otieno. He's not played so much basketball in the playoffs. So, and that's another timeout. Basketball coming thick and fast at you. It's game time.
What is it called? Toti. The word ya sense minutes is Toti. Really Toti. Number. Kuna kozi mkubira mbele. Aise. Number. Egena kwako. Aliwa?
As Etienne cannot find the bucket for that particular play, and then he gets the foul with 55.5 seconds to play. Both teams are in foul trouble with no fouls to give, so every foul on their offensive ends will then get them a trip to the foul line. Landry for 2, he already has 6 in this quarter. Score is 21-13 in favor of the City Oilers. As Landry makes his first one. Colin Sentongo brings it down the lane, hands it over to Chris Omanye, who takes the drive. 1-2. Etienne, who is fouled by Muramba there. Muramba getting in a bit of foul trouble. Let's see who the ref is going to call. And yes, he does call it on Muramba.
Are you a pilot or what?
KIU has not had successful trips on the foul line. They are missing quite a couple. So Second shot was in and out. Jimmy and Abu managed to shake off one player. The Oilers move it around very impressively. Muramba adjudged to have stayed too long in the paint. The referee was not really happy about that, so had to call it. Chris Omanye dribbling, but he has been stripped of the ball, and the referee calls the ball the other side. That's a turnover on Chris for a point guard. For a point guard, it's not characteristic of them. As we see another turnover from yet another point guard. Yes, Juko hasn't seen a lot of basketball time, but he is a very seasoned point guard, so he should be doing a little better than that. Agutu there feeling aggrieved that the ball was knocked out of bounds by the City Oil player. Yeah, he will not be too particularly happy about that. Etienne for two, not good. The rebound still can't fall. That's the end of the first quarter. For the 2-minute break, it's 22-13 in favor of the City Oilers. This is their game 4, where the Oilers lead the series 2-1. Okay, and we're back for the second period. Like I said, this is the Betway Power YouTube channel. Welcome, and for all those who are watching out there, drop us a comment or two. Let us know what you think. The Oilers are in command of this game, 22-13. It's a 9-point game. As Jonah Egau goes for the 3-ball, no good. Brian Muramba with the putback. Landry tips it in. Those are points for Landry. He is actually having a very good return. He's now on 9 points. KU just can't seem to keep him out of the paint, and if they don't do that, as Etienne gathers a dish, what a dime from Colin Sentongo. He is actually a very good defensive player, and he is also very good at giving his assists. He's a very unselfish player. Landry for 2 buckets. This guy cannot be stopped at the moment. Nobody seems to be able to touch him at the moment. And yes, he's hard. And in terms of leaderboards, I'll bring you some of those statistics over the season. He's practically leading in every aspect, leading in rebounds, leading in defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds. He's leading in 2 points made. He's leading in efficiency. Landry has had a monster of a season. Brian Muramba takes the 1-2. Runs into some contact. Chris Omanye takes the 1-2 to the bucket. To the bucket. Trading baskets. 9-point game again. Brian Muramba fakes. Drop step. Landry. Spin pass to Jonah. Bucket. That is how to force the issue. And City Oil are doing it very, very well. They had a shock in the first game, but they have recovered very nicely. As Otuayo goes for 3, air ball, Jimmy picks it up. Once this man is in full flight, the silverback, you can stop him, and he goes for his 2 again. Another offensive rebound by the Oilers. Etienne takes Brian Muramba to the rack, forces the foul. Takes a trip to the foul line. The KU have not had Tony Drileba. As Okello James is there judged for the offensive foul. It wasn't Tony, it was Josh Johnson. As Joseph Chuma comes on. Samuel Agutu takes on Jonah Egao. Jonah called for the foul. So City all not having it their way. They have already considered 3 personal fouls, 3 team fouls in this quarter with 7 minutes, 20 seconds to play. Should be a little bit of a worry for them. Chris Omanye with the ball. Tony moving his feet very well. Joseph Chuma for 3. He's not very good at that department. He's normally a 2-ball shooter. And it showed right there because he came up short. In this game, the Oilers are shooting at field goal percentage, they're shooting at 50%, while KU is shooting at only 36. So not any of the stats going their way, apart from the 3-pointers where KU is at 50%. They have taken 2 and they have nailed. They've taken 4 and they've nailed 2. While the Oilers have taken 5 and only nailed 2. So, but in terms of free throws, the KU is at 0%. Wow. Etienne there forces the issue and does bring back 2 points. So it gets them within a 9-point, a single-digit difference. It's now 9 points. Tony Drileba drive, shot off the rack, no good. Collins takes it 1-2. Wow, very desperate attempt. Etienne blocks the rebound from the air, goes back up. No good. And Okello James cannot gather. Very frustrated with himself there because he's normally a good three-ball shooter. KU definitely playing second fiddle to this Oilers side. It's very well drilled. Etienne stripped there by Stephen Omonyi. Tony passes it on to Oxy, who passes it on to Johnny. John Aigau. Triple threat. Oxy for 2. 1-4. Agutu can gather. Josh Johnson plucks it from the ground. Asks for the pick. Josh forcing the issue. Foul on Chuma. He couldn't get to the line in time. Normally they tell you to put your foot into the touch line so that you can be able to gather that. In terms of leaders, Landry is already coming up with 11 points. Huge game for him. And he's still on the bench. And Stephen Omonyi with 8. Landry with 6 rebounds. Jimmy with 3 assists. So St. Oilers leading in every department at this particular time. As Landry comes back in, Okello James goes off. James has 2 fouls, 2 personal fouls. Josh Johnson there just to have stayed a lot longer with the ball on the inbound. Uncharacteristic of the Oilers, that is an unforced error. Okay, you need to rack up the points very quickly. That's what they say in basketball. Colin tried the reverse pass to Oscar Muge, but it was tipped out of bounds by an Oilers player. As Agutu brings the ball down, swings it to Colin for 3. In and out. Collins cannot believe his bad luck. He hasn't actually put up any points. As Jimmy goes through to screens. Very good defensive work there. As Chuma goes down the line, bucket, and that's a timeout. The Titans got their way back into a 6-point game. This is a Power YouTube channel. It's a timeout now. Hope you're time for you to go grab a drink. You have 2 minutes. And we're back with 3 minutes 59 seconds to play. The KI Titans are down by 6. They have managed to claw down a huge 11-point lead. And this is when the game, as Jimmy and Abu shows goals, stutters and all, forces a foul. Titans still with plenty of fouls to give in this game. There are plenty of people in the grounds. We see some of the Lady Silverbacks players, Lady Gazelles. They're in the grounds. I've just been having a chat with Rita Imanishiwe, who plays for JK Lady Dolphins. They are through to the finals where they swept A1 Challenge. So there's a lot that will go on. Josh Johnson dishes to Landry. He's been blocked by Chuma. That's good defense by Chuma. Sticking with the man, sticking with the run, sticking with the cut as Chris Omanye brings it down the floor again. Chris drives, 1-2, forces the contact but cannot finish. Doesn't have the legs to do that after the contact. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to play. And we're in the second quarter. On comes Michael Bwanga. Of course, Collins. Sentongo. Remember, welcome to the Power Basketball YouTube channel. Streaming this game live on YouTube. So if you have data with you, it's good that you're joining us. Drop us one of your comments. It would be nice to hear from you. Stephen Omonyi drops it to Okello. Draws the foul from Chuma, but cannot finish. Chuma has 3 with a lot of time to play. So I don't know what Brian will conjure up. Oscar Muge has had a quiet game by his standards. That's the number 16 for KIU. He's had a big 3 games or so. Hasn't managed to get any points on the board. Okello making his free throws. And his return is just becoming steady. Pretty low for him now because he's also had two points up to this stage. But he's down his free throws, takes it to 4. Michael Bwanga is back on the floor with Chris Omnye, Joseph Chuma, and Agutu, while the Oilers have Benko Makech. Agutu picks the rebound, but he runs out of court. Space to work, steps out of bounds. Benko Makech, a bit of a shadow of himself, runs into the screen. Landry with the hook shot. Chuma with the goal interference. And he's given a breather with 2 minutes 41 seconds to play. Pretty packed Empton Arena because a lot of fans who are anticipating that this is going to live up to the billing and the expectations that they would want. It's interesting to know how this game will end because KIU actually came to play. Oscar Muge rescues that. Michael Bwanga attacks out for Chris. Pretty short on the 3. That was a very, very good attempt at the pass. Benko Makech. Landry with the left. Can't seem to get it together. Dennis Balungu to Michael Bwanga to Agutu. 3 ball, not good. Chris Omanye gathers the rebound. Balungu from long range. Oh, Landry had to commit that. You have to leave the player the ability to land. So that's why Landry had been adjudged. He's not doing too bad. That's just a second foul. And going into the half with 2. Not too bad. for a player, knowing that he has 13 points already. He's doing quite well. Substitution happens. Chris Amanye off, Sudi on. I see Sonny Mwalimu on the bench who hasn't got some game time. That's for KIU. Dennis makes his 2 shots, left with 1. Well, he misses the 3rd one, but he's a good shot of the ball. He's been having a very, very good average. As Stephen Omonyi wants to show them how it's done. A good 2, drives to the rock and makes a layup. 28 for KIU, 34 for City Oil. And yes, right now that's where it becomes a tie game because we have 1 minute 15 seconds to play. Ben Komakech takes on Sudi. Landry looks for the dish. That's an easy 2 for Ben. He normally sinks those, and good rebound there by the Oilers. And that pass has been telegraphed. Stephen Omonyi with a very big play. That's a big play. And Stephen Omonyi, as a timeout is called. Very, very big play there by Steve. That block is one of the highlight moments of the game to this level. The second quarter, 34-28, 6-point game in favor of the Oilers. That's a big block there by Stephen Omonyi. Oilers fans enjoyed that. At halftime, we are going to give away a decoder and a ticket to pay. You are going to join the lottery, and once you're called up, please be alert. Come to the court very, very quickly. You'll be taken through your challenge, and the winner of that challenge will win themselves a TV. Hamza, I hope you have our stop clock ready, because we need to know the time. We need to know the time. Vicky Charlie, I hope you're ready as well. 54.6 seconds to play to half time. We're going to have a 15-minute break. Challenges, a decoder. 1, have you downloaded your iFlix app? If you have, you will also come to the court and win yourself a Questa decoder. Only if you have the iFlix app on your smartphone. So he drives to the rock, but his layup is no good, and we're 44 seconds on the clock. Oilers will want to go with their healthy 6-point lead. Stephen Omonyi, 1-2, stripped of the ball. Away comes Sudi, who's driving at Jimmy Enabu. Loses his footing. And that's a turnover. As Chirabo calls a technical foul. Well, a technical foul on Oxy, who was protesting with the referee. That earns him 3 personal fouls, puts him in a bit of trouble. Dennis Balungu sinks the free throw. That takes them to a 5-point margin. ...22 seconds on the clock. Michael Bwanga will ensure that this is the last play of the half. He goes for the three. Not good at all. Agutu can't rescue it. 9.4 seconds on the clock. And of course, Dennis Balungu with the steal, 7 seconds. He goes for the three as well. And that's not good. Agutu rescues it 2-1. Jimmy goes for the buzzer. Will not fall. We go to the locker rooms. 34-29 in favor of KIU. See you in the third quarter. At halftime, it's 34-29 in favor of the City Oilers.
Do you have the live app on your phone? And use your Puma card. It's time to win a lead. It's time to win a quarter quarter. We are back for the third quarter. City Oil leading this one 34-29. If they win this, they are through to the finals. If Game 5 that will be played on Sunday. Game 4 for the other side of the series is between JKL and Betway Power. It's 2-1 in that, with JKL winning the game that was played on Wednesday. So JKL forced a game 4. KIU need to force a game 5.
Agutu comes out of the locker rooms hot. 6-3 ball, making it a 2-point game. Landry with an easy feed from Ben Komakech. And now we have a game. It is a 4-point game, 36-32. Sudi, lots of time. He normally sinks those, but he just shot it long. He couldn't get the required trajectory on it to allow it to drop. Jimmy asking for the screen. James Okello pulls it wide. Landry again, an easy feed, which he doesn't sink. He is causing a lot of pain in the KIU paint, and they have to find a solution for it. And again, like I said, he practically scooped all the regular season awards. He was the most efficient player. He had the player with the most steals. He had the players with the biggest. He had the most rebounds, both offensive and defensive. So he's had a huge season, and very, very huge player for the Oilers. So all the teams that have faced him have had to find a way around him and a way through him. He has 16 points in this game already, and we still have 2 quarters to go. Dennis Balungu, let's fly under pressure. Ben Komakech collects and attacks the paint. Ball through the legs. James Okello, Dishu Landry, foul by Dennis Balungu. Again, everybody is finding Landry because he's a go-to man in that Oilers front court. Making no mistake with his first foul shot. Even the second drops, and they increase their lead to 8 points. KIU have not been their normal efficient self. They have been a lot slower as Michael Bwanga attacks. Misses a dish to Oscar. Stephen Omonye cannot find Ben for the layup 2. Both camps making uncharacteristic turnovers. But that's how the game of basketball goes, really. That's how the game of basketball goes. But Dennis Balungu is faced with the towers of both Stephen Omonye and Landry Ndikumana. And Ben Komakech there penalized for tag of the shot. As Sudi tried to peel off from the screen. Michael Bwanga having a rather quiet game. That's number 10. He's had only 2 points in this game. I still like him because he's normally, as Chirabo calls the walk, yes. Agutu runs into some traffic and can't reorganize his steps. Slow start. The teams have struggled to come out of the blocks. Ben Komakech with his customary 2-point jumper. He will sink that 90% of the time. He's a very good shooter of the 2-ball. And that makes him very, very good. He seems to be shaking off the knee injury that has blighted him over the last 2 seasons. Dennis Balungu and his face with Stephen Omonyi as he spins. And Omonyi has to commit the foul from down low. And that's just the second foul of the night. Remember, players all have 5 personal fouls, and then you're sent to the coolers. Or you're sent to an early shower. There's Balungu again, first with Stephen Omonyi. Balungu with the down and under. It can drop. Good defensive work there by the Oilers to pluck the rebounds. Michael Bwanga comes away and drives the ball to the rack. Sudi Olanga again, hop step, inside. Very, very good Euro step there, shows plenty of skill to pull that off at high speed. Becomes an 8-point game for the Oilers, who were practically led all through this entire game. And it would be nice to see how they can proceed onto the finals. Stephen Omonyi forces the ball to the rack. Even the second man play by Oscar Muge couldn't get him to sweep him. Strong play by the long-standing captain of the Silverbacks. He's done that for quite a while until he was taken over. Sudi takes on Ben Agutu. Sends it down to Michael Bwanga. Back to Agutu. Ball can drop. Oscar Muge. Big drop step. Sends it down to Sudi. 3-ball again, 1-4. Dennis Balungu pulls it away from Agutu. And that's a case of both teammates getting into their way. As Jimmy Enabo is called for the travel violation there with the carry dribble. Jimmy Enabo coming down with a 2-point return to this stage. Oscar Muge there trying to rescue the loose ball. Goes to the opponents. Secure your ball. It's a City Oil ball at that stage as we take the substitution. Dennis Balungu is off. Chris Omanyi is on. And he has a responsibility of guarding Stephen Omonyi. The KIU have resorted to a 2-3 defense to try to limit as Ben pulls up, gets himself trapped in the corner. Rescued well by Jimmy Enabu, who can't find James Okello with the dish. Chris Omanyi brings it down. He's faced with Stephen Omonyi. John Egao called for the personal foul. That's just as fast, and he come down to a 4-point return. John Egao joined from the UCU Cannons, so he's quite familiar with the semifinals. As Stephen Omonyi robs Chris Omanyi and James Okello with the follow-through to take the lead up to 12 points. KIU in real trouble here. They need to find some magic. John Egao again with another personal foul. So Oilers with no more fouls to give with 4 minutes 46 seconds to play in this quarter. Michael Bonga missed shot at the charity line, but he sinks the second one. Belko Makech brings the ball down. John Aigao, Euro step, buckets. 13-point game now. The Titans are really, really in trouble. They need to find some magic. They need to work some magic to be able to get this game back. Sudi Ulanga spins. Plenty of hands in that hustle and scare you ball. So you guards seem to find it very, very hard to penetrate this Oilers defense. Very well drilled by the Silverbacks coach Manjit Duruni. Brad Mathum encouraging his players on the touchlines. Not been an easy year for him as well. And Oscar Muge for two, cannot beat the buzzer. Yona Igao comes away with it, hands it over to Ben Komakech. He brings it down the lane. When the dribble, hands it over to Stephen Omonyi. Yona Igao. 1-2. If it's Chuma, then he's really going to be in. Oh, the fouls on Chris Omanye. And KU get their third team foul. It will be interesting to know how KU can respond to this beating after having a very, very strong game one against the Oilers. They have not really found their best stride apart from the last game, that was game 3. Stephen Omonye for 3 off the iron, and all comes Chris Omanye, who is normally a very good drive of the ball. Benko Makecha judged to have pulled the hand as opposed to the ball. The quick subs there. Oscar goes off. Etienne comes on. Oscar is still struggling. He hasn't scored a point yet, and he has a personal foul. Ben has 2, and KIU have 2 fouls to give, as they have 2 team fouls at this stage. 3 minutes 38 seconds to play. We are in the third quarter. Chris Omanye makes 1. He has 8. There's no player for the KIU Titans yet in double digits. Chris Omanye just holding them up there with 9. Sudi with 6. So it's not a very good offensive display. As Etienne comes out with this one, hands it over to Sudi. Chuma, 1-2, bucket. All of a sudden the game has flipped. It then becomes a 9-point game, and of course the Oilers have not put a few buckets up in quite a while now. Monday should be very, very worried as Chris Omanye strips Ben. Ben commits an unsportsmanlike foul, tag of the jersey. So Chris has 2 shots on the line, and KIU get possession. 2 minutes 47 seconds to play. How good can KIU come up with the goods now? Because they really need some inspiration from somewhere. Chris misses the first, rolls in and out. sinks the second. As the Oilers work the ball around, Chris Omanye comes away with it. That's a turnover on Landry. Chuma for three, and it's good. I told you they'll need to find some inspiration from somewhere, and they have found it in a couple of players. They bring it down to 5. They're not safe yet. 2 minutes, 5 seconds to play on the clock. It's a third quarter the Oilers would not want to live with. Joseph Chuma, who's arguably one of their best players, gets onto his 4th foul. That's a lot of foul trouble for him. As the timeout is called, 1 minute 59 seconds to play on the clock. It's a 5-point game, 48-43 in favor of the City Oilers. Welcome to the Power Basketball Club YouTube channel. We're live.
48-43 with a factor 1 minute 49 seconds to play on the clock. It's a 5-point game for the Oilers. Remember, we are playing because we just come back to 2006 special topics. The game resumed on Sunday, Game 4 between JKL and BasketBall at 4 p.m. And after that, we will decide whether we have a deadline for this particular series included tonight with the Oilers Spirit. Otherwise, we have playoffs. We are going to that stage we call unlimited time. You'll see that you are not continuing winning, but it's not. You will see that you are not. That's my area.
As the Oilers are forced to make and call their first time out of the second half. Both teams will have 3 timeouts for this particular period, and they continue and roll on all the way to overtime. It's a 5-point game, 48-43 in favor of the Oilers. But they have possession, so they have a chance here to extend this lead. James Sokel on the line. Misses his first shot. Makes the second. Yes, he will react to the stick that the crowds are giving him. Joseph Chuma with a 2 to reply. If it's going to... Landry Nikomana with a dish to Oxy, goes into traffic. That's a big play from him. That's a big play from him. Who do they give the foul to? And the foul is to Etienne, who comes up with his third foul. So the big men are all in trouble as Chuma is hanging on a very, very thin thread. Oscar Muge, it's a time for you to wake up. Oxy on the foul line and he'll sink it. And Landry there is called on his third personal foul. Etienne makes his free throw. Chris Omanye comes up with that rebound after the botch layup by Stephen Omonyi. Chris Omanye goes for 3. Shot of the iron. Josh Johnson throws the ball away under some pressure from Colin Sentongo, who, like I told you before, is a very, very good defensive player. Very unselfish, and he gives all his all for the team. Joseph Chuma pulls up. Recovers it again. 2 ball. Will not fall this time. Tipped away by Jimmy. Josh sends it over to Jimmy Enabu, who has a lot of flow. Stephen Omonyi for 3. Colin runs into Jimmy there, and Jimmy has 2 attempts on the charity line. Colin Sentongo with 2 personal fouls. Both teams with no fouls to give, with 33.7 seconds on the clock. These are playoffs, is the third quarter. Manye drives there, drives hard to the rock. Bucket and 1 to get Okello James into foul trouble. He has 4 now. 22.1 seconds to play. We're in the third period. Wow, what a game, what a game. Normally very efficient on the foul line, so Chris Omanye buries another one. Like I said, KRU needs some inspiration. They're kind of finding it in Chuma. That's the number 11. And Chris Omanye, as we have 10 seconds to play. Jimmy Enabu and Chris Omanye, foul call on him. Yes, that was a blocking foul. He impeded the run and the attempt to the basket of Jimmy, who will always find that small space. 8.8 seconds on the clock. Jimmy to shoot from the charity line. How good can he be? It's getting to a time when all your free throws matter. He misses the first. And like they say, the senior players will only make one, so he's guaranteed that it's going to come up good on the second one. That's not good at all. Etienne comes up with the goods. 5 seconds to play. Chris for three. Off the iron. It's a very, very interesting quarter there as KIU has finally come out on top, and I'll be bringing you some of the results from the third period and how the teams fared. From the first quarter, the Oilers led 22-13. In the second quarter, KIU actually won the second quarter 16-12, and then won the third quarter 6. Oilers won the third quarter 6-3. So it was very, very low return in the third period, and that was not yet updated. So I'll get you the updates as it's 53-49 in favor of the City Oilers. They've had it a bit rough in the third period, so I am hoping that they can pick up the tempo. Of course, it's the fourth quarter, so you'd expect every team to come up blazing. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for whichever team does not come out firing in the fourth, because KIU has to fight for their life in the playoffs. They have to extend what it is that they have to do. So it will really, really be tough for them. And with the fact that Oscar Moga has not had a good return this game, he needs to shake up some form. He's good in the rebounding, but he hasn't found the buckets yet because he's still Agent Zero, as you can see when they show you the score sheets. But basketball is strange because he could then come up with a monster game. The Oilers, of course, need Geoffrey Okello back on the floor, but they can't do that because he's on 4 personal fouls. And Okello today has come up 10 points. Also a good return, but not as decent for him as it was the last time. So it is going to be hard for both teams in whichever way you look at it. But it's the fourth quarter. Anything is possible here in basketball. As Josh Johnson Landry Nikomana gives it away to Colin, who is facing Jimmy. I told you, it's as if you just read my mind. Jimmy makes it a 1-point game for the Oilers, and that there is game. It is Malera Josh for the reply. Holla back. How is that for a holla back from Josh Johnson? It is going to be training and raining buckets. Good to, and commits his third foul. He doesn't like getting into foul trouble a lot, so it's going to be a strange scenario for him because he's not usually that kind of player. It puts him a little bit of pressure because they need him on the floor. Good spin move there by Agutu. Can he benefit from the charity line? Yes, he does benefit from the first one. And how good can he be for the second? Basketball is a game of little moments. Again, he doesn't, but he gets the ball back and comes to Colin, who sends it to Chris. Ball off his head. Yes, yes, that's a good call by the referees. That's a good call by the referees. The skip pass from Colin Setongo was a little bit unnecessary because he had some help on the wing. As Josh Johnson brings it up, John Igao could not plant his screen right, so he's being charged an offensive foul there. And his Oilers have 2 personal fouls now, 2 team fouls. The way they're racking up the fouls now, if KU keep piling on the pressure, then it's going to be quite a bit of a game. Etienne, spin, over to Sud in the corner, 3-ball! 3-ball, and the game is tied! And the game is tied! Sudi had 1 point in the last game. He's come up with 12 today, including the last 6. Wow! That is how you shoot the basketball. That is how you shoot the basketball. For this kind of entertainment, you definitely don't want this series to end, as the fans now are rallying behind the Oilers. Ten seconds, the top clock. Oh, Landry, easy feed. Misses a layup. But he has 2 shots on the foul line. Basketball is a game of runs. The Oilers won the first quarter 22-13. Lost the second one 16-12. And they actually lost the third 20 points to 19. They're losing this one 7 points to 3. And most of the damage was done in the second quarter, where KU came up and scored and piled on 16 points against their 12 to cut the 9-point lead. Landry, 2 clean free throws, and all of a sudden 8 minutes 10 seconds to play on the clock. It's a very, very intense game. And thank you for watching Power Basketball Club live YouTube channel. As Josh Johnson again goes into the referee's book and is out, and he's out. Josh is out. Out. Fouled out. The first player to be fouled out is Josh Johnson. In that small bit of transition, Colin Setongo with the 3-ball in and out. He couldn't get it to fall. Still some bit of movement and disappointment on the Oilers bench. Josh does not believe he is done, but the table is never wrong. The referees are never wrong. As Agutu sends it, again it's off the iron, no good. Jimmy Enabu sends it to Ben Komakesh, who brings it down the lane. Ben 1-2, go buckets! Jonah Asudi drives again against Egawa, and that's a return. It is going to be basket for basket over the next period as Colin Setongo tries to bother Ben Komakech. And he does. Landry brings it up. The handover there with Jimmy's good. The Shraj. Jimmy with two people off the pull-up jumper. That will not count. KIU run to the paint. Buckets! Wow, and the game is tied again. Colin Satongo called for a foul, and that's a third team foul for KIU, and the third personal foul for Collins. Tony Drileba comes on for Jimmy Enabu as Mande rings the changes. And I'm sure it's just to get a word to Jimmy about how the play should run. So Tony has a chance to make amends. We call him the silent assassin because he is normally very cool under pressure as Jonah drives to react again. And that's a foul on number 10. That's Bwanga. Bwanga has 4 personal fouls, 14 fouls for KIU. The game is exactly what we expect. It is full of malaria. Jonah sinks his first free throw. And he does make it 2. So it's good for 2 from the charity line. This boy does shoot a basketball. This boy does shoot a basketball. Sudi, 17. Comes up with the goods when it matters. Landry has 21. To Bwanga. Again, everybody has to calm down. Sudi's robbed by Ben. Sudi's robbed by Ben. Ben 1-2. Buckets. Buckets. This game's as Colin Santongo goes up. Stripped by Ben. And they call a foul on Ben. They have called the foul on Ben.
Malaria time.
5 minutes, 57 seconds to play. Colin Santongo on the foul line. And that's a timeout to the Oilers. Manager Rooney calls players to proceedings. 64 City Oil, 63 KU Titans. E-ballers, how is it? Collins there. We're back from the timeout. Okay, you recycle the ball well. Collins runs into a brick wall. Runs into a brick wall there. Of Landry Dikumana, it's hard to get around that. The silent assassin, Tony Drileva, brings it up. It's a 1-point game in favor of the Oilers, 64-63. Johnny Drileva, cool as you like, I told you. This boy has ice in his veins. A Agutu. Sudi. So Agutu just cannot finish that. Collins with the dime. Manages to keep the ball away from everybody else. Evades the rest of his teammates. Sudi, extra steps. Can't find a teammate with the dish. That's a timeout to the Titans. They used their first timeout. They still have 2 more. But it is malaria. 5 minutes, 0.2 seconds on the clock. 66-63 in favor of the Oilers. Yes, and we're back from the timeout. 4 minutes, 56 seconds to play. Jonathan Egau forcing way to the rack. Then have the energy. Bwanga comes away with it. Hands it over to Agutu. 1-2. Doesn't have the legs to reach the bucket. Benko Makech given the duties as the only point guard on the field right now. Pass on to Tony, over to Steve in the corner, buckets! Buckets, 3 ball is good. All of a sudden from 3 to 6, the Oilers extend their lead. Chris Omanye, Etienne tries his luck, flat and short. Tony Drileva to Landry, easy buckets. So, Chris Bwanga with a nice spin move gets to the rack, and that's a bucket for him. 3 minutes, 44 seconds to play. Benko Makech faced against Chris Omanye. Three minutes 31. Donegao. Of course, Landry leading this one by 23 points. He knows the big boy. The substitution made. Oscar Muge comes on. Because the stadium is action-packed. All the fans are anticipating something special. Tony Drileba, fake, shot. Chris Bwanga comes away with the rebound. Sudi weaves his way to the bucket. Brings it again, down to 4. Ben Kobakit comes it down. Oilers need some productivity down on the other edge of the floor. Tony Drileba gets into a trap. Asudi is called on that one. Second personal foul, but Tony Drileba is on the line, shooting 2. Tony Drileba misses his first shot. I told you, he's a man with ice in his veins. So cool under pressure, and he takes a substitution. Jimmy Enabu back in to finish the game. 2 minutes, 59 seconds to play. It's a 5-point game. And that's in favor of the City Oilers. Oscar Muge normally makes his 2s, couldn't find the range. Stephen Omonyi there, forced to make his 4th personal foul. Landry trying to get his way down to the floor, a little fatigued. Agutu on the line for 2. He's come up with the goods today for the Oilers. He's had 7 points, but his contribution is never to be undermined because he's a huge player for them. He misses that one. Landry comes down with the rebound. Stephen Omonyi to bring it down. Because halfway hands it over to Jimmy Enabu. Steven for 3! Buckets! Buckets! This team just will not go away. Sudi stripped John Egau down the floor. Timeout. KU. 77-66. The Oilers lead this one, and remember, this is game 4. If the Oilers win it, they're on to the finals. KU needs to force game 5. It's game time. And we're back from that KIU timeout. They're in trouble now. They are down by 9 points. They need points quick. They need an inspiration from somewhere. Bwanga is not it. Bwanga is not coming. He's losing the ball. Turnover, Landry. Jonah Iguau fakes, drives to the rack. Landry tips it in. You need to keep the big man away from the boards. He has 25 points now. And it's looking all doom and gloom for KIU as Agutu throws the pass to the fans. Easier for him to finish. KIU's fight, competitive as it was, seems to be petering out. 1 minute, 13 seconds to play. It is right as Benko Makech leaves two defenders in his wake. Sudi with his third foul. Benko Makech on the line. That's not somebody that you want to foul because his accuracy is close to 100%. KIU bench looking dejected. So near yet so far. Ben misses the first as Okello James comes back to close out the quarter. And he makes one. It becomes a 12-point game. Really, this is a hole too deep for the Titans to climb out of. They'll need their best three-ball shooters. Landry is given a breather. He's had a huge game, 25 points. That is what the Oilers bring to the table. Sudi lets fly buckets. Jonah Iguau is wondering what he has to do to be able to stop him. Sudi again for three. Not good. Okello James, 1-2, strolls. Jonah, bucket and one. The coaches and the teammates castigating Jonah. Castigating James Okello there for his casual approach to the game. Very competitive squad, this Oilers team. 82-70. So even your three balls now must enter, and you wonder where they were earlier on. 30.5 seconds on the clock. Okello James, he won't miss that. He won't miss that. 25.1. Agutu. They go catch again. Okello James. Buries the hammer. Okello James buries the hammer, and it's all over. I am sure KIU will not want to do this. The Oilers are going to win this 86-73. And it's game time. And as you see the celebrations here, signing out from the Power Basketball Club live Facebook page. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. Otherwise, wish you all a nice weekend. See you next time.
Jire kaw.